I was diagnosed with an irreversible medical condition and managed to manifest my way out of that. And I want to share this story to let you know the most powerful tool to help you manifest, whether it's your health or if you're growing a business, whatever that is. And I'll take you back to that moment. It was actually 3 years that I had this, and I was doing tests all the time. I was diagnosed with something called POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. And the biggest thing that I learned through all of that was not allowing in that internal noise. Like, doctors who were positioning themselves as experts would tell me a prognosis of what my life was going to look like. And I had to choose to not accept that and choose to lean in that there was a way for me to restore my health. And when you're hearing that external noise, especially from people positioned in places of authority, but not even, right? It can be your friends, it can be your family, it can be people coming with good intention. If we let that noise in, it cuts us off from the option of reversing that health condition, from from manifesting what it is that you want to manifest. So one thing that really helped me is feeling if the person that was helping me was in alignment with me, if their energy matched. And certainly there was one doctor where that was not the case. And to get that second opinion, to inevitably like fire that doctor in a way, to be with people that were more in alignment with the vision that I had for my health, you know? I remember one of the doctors' plan was to just wait, and then when things got worse, they were going to get more aggressive. And that didn't sound like a great plan to me, of just waiting for things to get worse, right? So that's another really powerful manifestation tool is, what is the plan that we're on? Do we have a plan at all? Do we know where we're putting our energy into? Do we have a container for that energy and something that we continue and continue to pour our energy into and to move forward with? So seeing who's in alignment and trusting that intuitive side, right? I used to be a pilot and um, I think of this a lot. Like in college, there was like good pilots and bad pilots, right? And that's the same with any industry or any opinion. And that's exactly it, is it's just opinions. And sometimes we can confuse these things for facts. It was maybe I'm going a little bit on a tangent here, but I even think of when I want to bridge this to not just health, but um, so I'm from Canada. I moved to Paraguay, and I went to sell my house, and so I flew to Canada. I was just there to sell my house, and everyone was telling me, "Oh, the market is so bad right now. You should have came 6 months ago." My neighbor had their house, next door neighbor had their house listed, and it was like I don't know, at least 4 months, if not six, that it was listed on the market and not getting any bites. So there was all this external noise, all this opinion as to what I could and couldn't do. And I stood so strongly that I was going to sell that house on my terms and a price that I was happy with, and that the people that I was selling it to would absolutely love it as well. And talked to a real estate agent that was in alignment with that plan. We came up with a plan on how we were going to execute that. And in that market that everyone was telling me was impossible to sell, in 1 week, um, we had, I might not be getting the numbers exactly right, but 30 showings throughout the week. And on the weekend, on the open house, I think it was 150 people that went through. So, as you can imagine, I sold the house at a price that I was happy with. And then immediately after, my neighbor's house sold too, that one that was sitting for so long. So not only did it help out me, it helped out my neighbor as well. And that's what we're talking about is it's so easy to justify from this external noise. And we can disguise it as logic, disguise it as being sensible, disguise it as being reasonable. But you know, I would rather be unreasonable and healthy than still have pots and be reasonable, right? It's where are we putting our energy? And when we turn up that volume on what it is that we love, pouring our energy and our life into that and aligning our actions with that, that's how we manifest. So turn up the volume on your own inner knowing, your own intuition, and turn down the volume on external noise. And we don't need to fight that external noise, right? When someone says, oh, the market isn't good, I just acknowledged it. It wasn't like, no, it's good. Like, I'll show you. Like, there was no emotional charge. It's just like that person is allowed to have an opinion, and I'm allowed to have one that's different. And I'm allowed to build a story that helps me move and take actions for the outcome that I want, both in my health and both in that real estate transaction are the two big ones that jump out right now to really emphasize that point of that inner noise. So notice that, right? Notice what people are saying when you share their dream. Notice who it's safe to share your dream to, and notice that sometimes it's okay to be a little bit quiet with it if it's in the baby stage your dream and you're wanting to protect it from criticism, especially if you're not at a place where you've built it up big enough where it can withstand that without shaking your world a little bit. So I hope that story helps. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. If you made it this far in the video and you haven't subscribed, I'd absolutely love that. This is new to me. I'm on day 14. So super, super new. Really, really enjoying it, and I would love your support.